until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our daily gun show. We come to you live every day at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 Pacific for about an hour and 90 minutes each day. We do 3 gun-related topics, different topics throughout the week. We run it live on YouTube. We simulcast it live over on gunchannels.com, where we're watching the comments that are coming in from the people watching us live. And every once in a while, we'll take the audio from it and post it as a maybe we forgot to post it over here. Sorry. We'll post it as a podcast over on iTunes, but it looks like we forgot to post it over on Gun Channel, so I'm fixing that right away. We've got 4 hosts. 2 of us are here today. We got Bob jumping in from Canada. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, glad to be here.
And then we've got me. I'm down here in Arizona. Don't know where Dano and Smeggy are, so in a minute here I'll be done typing and talking at the same time. All right, and now we've got it live over on Gun Channels as well. So let's see, today's Monday, so that makes it episode 356. Usually start out the week by talking about the week. Then we'll talk about social media. We do that every Monday, and then we start talking about what kind of shooting events are coming up on the calendar. But before we dig into the show today, we usually take a break at the beginning of the show each day to talk about whatever's new or happened over the weekend.
I went and got my car back at my ex-wife's house, so I finally got my car home. Well, the last of my cars home, I should say. But yeah, it's excellent. God, I forgot how good looking this thing was, man. 75 Mercury Montego. Oh, it's gorgeous.
So what about that fake El Camino? Where's that at?
Oh, it's here too.
All right. So, I don't know, there's a bunch of shows over the weekend, and everybody's been busy. So I guess we'll get into the show. I think of anything related to that, but I haven't been paying attention. So yeah, I'm wondering if Dano missed the show based on his cryptic notes and the show notes here. I don't know if he thought it was at a different time, maybe. Like maybe he's on Eastern time. Doesn't realize it.
That's what I'm thinking, because, you know, his phone would change automatically, so he probably never even noticed that he was in a different time zone. That's really confusing for older people. That's one of the reasons where I used to live, time zone, even though everybody around us did. And, well, the joke was they did it because the farmers said it would confuse the dairy cows. So maybe Dano's a dairy cow, I don't know. But, well,
next to Wisconsin.
Older people get confused about time changes.
Well, this isn't a daylight savings time as much as. Anyway, maybe he just has bad internet, so he didn't make a good comment for sure. So we'll see if Dano jumps in or not. But this is Monday, so we usually talk about what we're going to be talking about this week. We talk about social media today, using YouTube, the most useful YouTube video you ever watched. So that should be interesting. Then we'll talk about the shooting events, as I mentioned, the stuff that comes up on the calendar over on Gun Channels. Every day we talk about a new gun shop and a gun movie and a gun of the day, as well as gun history and whatever else we can come up with. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be, how am I going to figure that out? I guess I can jump over to YouTube quickly and jump over to here, and I can talk about Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we'll be talking about entertainment, World War II versus Vietnam movies. That should be an interesting one. And then good idea, bad idea is letting your neighbors know you're a pro-gun or have guns in your house. Uh-oh. YouTube's giving me that 500 error again. wonder if we're having troubles with our YouTube stream. So tomorrow is Tuesday, so I got it now. And then on Wednesdays we do the hashtag Daily Gun Show Showdown. So what happened here? Is today 356? Oh, it is. Oh, I guess we don't have a 357 in the can.
It's because I kind of.
Oh no, you know what? I have it on live now. We go to upcoming. There it is. So let me go out of order. Then Tuesday, we've got the Second Amendment issues. The Daily Gun Show picks a legislation project, then does a weekly update on it. The Hearing Protection Act is this week, I guess. Then we'll be doing the State of the State, and I guess I didn't write that in here, so hopefully Daniel remembers what it was. Nope. And then the movie and then we got the movies and stuff. So that's what Tuesday is. Then we just talked about Wednesday. We'll jump over to Thursday. Had to kind of go back and forth from some notes here for that. Now we're back to Thursday, our CCW day. We'll talk about CCW states. Let's see, states with open carry of long guns. Is there training on this for those that will get some help on it? It's a good question. I don't think I've ever heard of something like that. For our gun stuff segment, we'll talk about stuff you leave in your car for going shooting. So if you leave stuff in your car permanently because you go shooting a lot. And then the training segment on Thursday will be, do you take advantage of the trainers that often annual alumni weekends? Huh, I wonder where that came from. And then we got Friday. Friday is gun tech, types of slings, the benefits of each. Then the gun biz. Is it good to be Pro 2A as a manufacturer? And then for alternative gun topics is, well, what is that? Explain trap versus skeet versus sporting clays. I think that's what it might be. So it looks like we'll talk about a little bit of all kinds of stuff this week, and some of the stuff specifically that Dano is out there doing, and I don't know, some of the stuff we all deal with, I guess, as far as skeet and stuff.
Dano's just getting harder and harder every week, man.
Yeah, that's good. Illinois needs more trained up people, I guess.
That's true, man. Just think, when the revolution comes, she'll be right out there on the front lines training the troops.
So I'm going to move all my stuff over so that I can screen capture over here, and we can take a look at some of the events that are coming up on the Gun Channel schedule, or the Gun Channel's calendar. And that's taking me a second here. I want to thank Mr. Wright out in Texas sent me a keyboard. So now I can type W's again. Kind of nice. All right, and I guess I can screen capture finally. All right, so we're talking about the calendar. Wait a minute. Are we into the shooting calendar already? How can we be in the shooting calendar already? We're not in the shooting calendar yet. What are you trying to do, Bob? Skip segments? Segment skip in here?
What are you doing? Your segments? What?
I don't know how we got into events all of a sudden. We were in the middle of talking about this week, and then I just went straight to the third segment. So we will head into how to use social media. The most useful YouTube video you've ever watched, maybe by topic. So we're definitely going to need some help from viewers out there. I don't really watch that many YouTube videos anymore. I shouldn't say that. I don't watch too many gun YouTube videos.
Well, the biggest problem is I watch a lot of YouTube videos on.
Hold on. Before we start talking about the second segment of the day, we always like to feature members over at Gun Channels. So this week we don't have any kind of theme, I don't think. I just picked some people that were online. So we do like to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels. Gun Channels is a place we built a while back. It's built by us as shooters, for shooters. It's a place where we get together and talk about guns. Pretty fun place. It's completely run by its membership. So with that in mind, we like to feature one of the members each day. Today it's Pink, a longtime member, and for a long time he ran the lobbies over there. So he would open up one of these Google Hangouts, and he would post it on what we call the lobby page over there. And anybody who wanted to could jump in and be part of a conversation with up to 10 other people. And that made a really interesting experience for Gun Channels for a long time. He's been away from it now for a while, so I'm not sure if he's pass the hat, or if he's just busy. But definitely one of the people who built gun shells.
Who are we talking about? Pink?
Panther.
Pink Panther. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely. I've met him. He's a cool dude. I like him. Even if he's a Mopar fanatic.
That's true. It's one of the people that Bob and I don't know, what did we eat dinner with him like 5 or 6 times while we were in Vegas? So I spent quite a bit of time with him.
Yep, good guy. I always tell a person's character by eating a meal with him at a smorgasbord.
I don't know. PBR got sick of Matt's chats, I guess, or got busy in life and hasn't been back for a while. So PBR is another person they were asking about on the YouTube side. All right. So with that, we can move into that second segment. How to use social media and the most useful YouTube video you've ever watched, maybe by topic. Like I say, I watch YouTube videos quite a bit, and I'd say they've changed dramatically my abilities on just doing tasks on my software and things. So if I need to do something, or if I need to do a project for somebody or help somebody with something, you no longer really need to be an expert. You need to have some kind of familiarity with what's possible, or at least what, with the nuts and bolts of the pieces you're seeing. But then for the specific, tasks, how to do it in the software, almost everything has been available on YouTube now for a long time. And it's really good at archiving and being able to reclaim it and find it, unlike Facebook, which is horrible for searching or archiving anything. With YouTube, there's people that have done real good jobs with creating channels that are tutorial focused, right? And they'll have playlists for different machines. I mean, I can't think of everything from the vehicles to the various machines I own and computers, and even my freezer one time when it busted. You just watch a YouTube video on how to change out the line or whatever. So I think those kind of videos are super useful. I don't know if we're trying to keep it to guns or not, but I think my answer is going to tend to be more just those kind of how-to videos that are out there.
Well, no, I'm going to agree with you that it's incredibly useful, the videos. Sometimes I watch a video and go, well, I don't do it that way, but that's interesting, but I don't have time to do it that way. But others I've gone, and I think the most simplest thing, like thermostat went on my truck. Well, I didn't even open the hood. I read the codes off the machine, went, okay, thermostat, need to replace it. Go online and go, oh, okay, well, there it is. I grew up in the 60s where everything was really accessible. Modern vehicles aren't like that. And to be able to get a clear view of where it is, how do you get it at the bolts, it was a very easy, simple fix. I probably could have figured it out myself, but boy, to have that YouTube video that just shows you exactly where to look, what to do, it was great.
Oh, and like you say, being able to see it through, like you'll know, oh, you need to put the ratchet down from over there, and that'll make your life a lot easier. Or get a socket with a cut in it, and now that'll speed things up. You don't have to buy a $30 tool. Or they'll tell you, don't even try this. You're going to get into it, and you might as well just pay the $40 service fee and the same price for the part, and they'll let you know when it's beyond garage.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so yeah, I find it really good. I mean, if you want to take it to guns, I want to know how to get rid of the magazine safety on my high power. Out there and how to do it, and it's simple, it's easy, makes perfect sense. So.
Critical Camp says how to reassemble a Mark III, Ruger Mark III. That's a good one, because that's one of those things that's about impossible to try to describe unless you're really good at words. And then even if it would require somebody who's really visually able to understand the words. So you can show them, put pictures 1,000 words, then what's a video, a billion words or something, or a billion pictures.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think they're very useful. I definitely like them.
Now, Steadley's kind of taken a little bit off.
One was very simple. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm muted. So I don't know what you're saying, Bob. It's garbly. Steadily is saying on the YouTube side, a little bit off topic, that YouTube is second to Google, which is number one. And I tend to agree. I don't usually go straight to YouTube unless it's something that I just want to see. Because a lot of times we'll be in a chat or something. I need to figure out how to make something work, or do something on a software package I don't know yet. I don't need to hear them. I just need to see them click on stuff. So sometimes I'll go straight to a video because I don't feel like reading it. But there are times where I do go to Google. Well, most of the time I go to Google first because I'd rather read something, especially if it's just like 3 bullet points and tells you what you need to know, then instead of watching some idiot's video that's got a 12-minute intro and then a bunch of yibber yabber and then they finally get to whatever their video's about. Because even if it's got a lot of views doesn't mean that it's a get to the point type of video.
Exactly. Yeah. But it is very useful. I think it's one of the real benefits of the internet, for sure.
Yeah, I was listening to somebody, I don't know if it was in a chat or if it was something else I was listening to, because I've been listening to the radio when I've been driving and stuff, so it might have been just somebody chatting.
I'm not hearing nothing from you. Are you talking?
Yeah. I'll refresh. Okay, is that any better?
So I guess you just got me. Here's that.
Well, you're breaking up for me, so we're going to have to depend on some feedback from the audience out there. There's a little bit of a lag for sure, but let me know if you hear me or if you hear Bob or if you're not hearing either one of us.
No. I'm going to refresh right now, too, so we'll both be freshened up.
About how kids weren't tethered back in the day. You'd leave or whatever and know where you were. And nowadays, kids got the cell phones or whatever, so you pretty much know where your kids are all the time. And that's just the way things are now. Everybody knows where their kids are. So I think about the same thing when we're talking about this, that so much information is at our fingertip all the time now. I mean, it's pretty neat. And as we get more savvy, we use it. And then as people get more savvy on how to get the information out there. Like I say, when I watch some of the stuff for the vehicles, there's some big channels out there that are just to the point. And if I was, in their local area, I'd probably go to their shop just because their videos are so on point. And if it was something that they recommended, this is something you just take into the shop and it'd be a lot easier for you. That's the kind of place I would definitely go to. So I think as places figure out that offering info is valid and they get better at it, then we'll get better at absorbing it and figuring out where it is and all that. And like I say, that's like you were saying, I think, Bob, that's just really making a interesting situation. People are going to have a lot more or a lot broader knowledge, I guess, or at least the ability to have broader knowledge. So I see William is out there saying that he's got sponsored, or his local gun shop is having a sponsored shoot, I think is what he said. That sounds pretty cool. Throw it into the calendar and then we can help let people know about it. I don't know, Bob's getting quiet, so I don't know if everybody's saying they hear me and that you're roboting, Bob. All right, so I don't know if Bob can hear us anymore. So that still thing out there is the most useful YouTube video you ever watched. Watching a video on how to spool up the weed eater line, yeah, that's one of those things, because the manuals half the time tell you just buy a new replacement cartridge or something. Nobody's gonna waste that kind of money. I used videos to find out if that Harbor Freight $25 weed eater was going to be worth the $25. All right, well, I don't know. We're not finding many gun ones coming up, but I think we could probably all come up with stuff, tips, and stuff that saved us time or money from gun-related stuff as well. We'll put our minds to it. But looks like I'm by myself, so the show's going to go pretty quick. So we'll move along. We'll get into the calendar like we were going to do before. But before we do, I should do some sort of a plug for something else. So I'm going to do a plug for the Early Watch Show. If you want to listen to stuff like this every day, you can check out Gun Channels and during the day. And Jimmy James does an early watch on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then Sean Bonnery does the Good Morning Gun Channels. Both of them are long format shows. Definitely worth listening to. It's much better than the radio or something like that because you can always jump in and chat and join the conversation and be part of it and put in your 2 cents. Let people know we're here. And then we'll dig into the calendar over here. So over on Gun Channels, anybody's welcome to post stuff into the calendar. If you go down under Resources, Firearms Calendar is one of the options there. When you click on it, there'll be a little button over there. You can say Add an Event, and they show up here on the main page as well as the calendar. So we'll just dig through some of them that are coming up. We got the Outdoor Retailer. Realtor would be a different website. Outdoor Retailer Show. It's a lot like SHOT Show, but for sporting goods stores. So it's a really interesting show to go to. Very friendly. And it's in Salt Lake City, so it's a great town to go travel to. It's probably a little late for anybody unless you're already planning on it, but keep it in mind for next year. It's usually in August. It's a little early this year. Then we got TriggerCon, also up, northwest area of the country, up in Washington State, which is, I'm not sure what it is. It might be its first year, some sort of event for media the first couple of days, and then it's open to the public, maybe on the weekend. So we've got Pink, who we talked about earlier, is going up there with Marco. And I'm not sure if Yankee's going along with them or not. And Haas SMC is going. And I'm sure we'll see some videos from all of them, as well as some photos. Looks like then we've got the Connecticut Citizens Defense League. Is that what this is? So this is coming up in Connecticut. It looks like their annual picnic. August 26th, probably get together from that state level gun rights group organization. Then there's another one, I'm thinking that's Connecticut's Citizens Defense League or something like that. I guess I can click on one of these, find out for sure. There's Bobby. Yeah, the Connecticut Citizens Defense League. So basically a pro-gun owners' rights group. Looks like they're having a poker run. I don't know what that is. What's a poker run, Bob, with a motorcycle? That's where you drive around, going to different destinations, and then you meet up at the end or something. It's not really like a race, but like a scavenger hunt.
You pick up a car, you get a card from a deck of playing, and at the end of the poker run, it's the best hand. So you got to hit certain. It's almost like a rally, right? You have to hit certain points, and if you get to that point, you'll get a card.
You're breaking up a little bit, but it sounds like it's like a rally. So
the run,
everybody
that's their hand deck.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. You got your band
whatever the best one they have.
Just breaking up really bad.
The best hand poker run.
Yep, we can't hear you at all, Bob. So it sounds like Bob's saying, though, it's a road rally. Everybody gets together and then hits a bunch of destinations. At each of the destinations you reach, you get a card, and then at the end, you probably have the best poker and win something. Wins all the other vehicles. Sounds like a pretty good deal, and it's for freedom. So I would do it. I'll take the van, and then I can win all those other vehicles and then sell them all off. Use it for more gas money. So maybe next year I'll get up there. Let's see, then we got the bullpup shoot in September. Dano's not here today, but I'm pretty sure he's volunteered to go there and shoot a bunch of bullpups.
Yeah, I think he promised to go.
Yeah, he said whatever the price, he's going. So stay tuned for Dano to have a bunch of video footage from there. Then we got Tombstone Territorial Days. I threw those in there. The city of Tombstone, Arizona, famous from all the Westerns tales. It's down here about an hour from Tucson, and they don't get enough attention, I don't think. It is a pretty cool little place. So since I was paying a lot of attention to them with the playing cards, I threw some stuff in here from basically monthly events that they've got going on. And I believe Territorial Days is one of their larger ones for the year. So if you're in the area on September 16th, it's probably worth checking it out when it's actually, the most, up and running as the town can get. It tends to be kind of slow sometimes when it's not in season. This is definitely when it's in season. Let's see. Then we got September 30th is the Texas International Firearms Festival. That was made famous by our own Edge, who does the Edge show or the Edge of the Week show on Fridays. And he started going to the show and encouraged them to keep doing it. And a bunch of manufacturers show up. And it's kind of like a gun show outside at a range. So you can pull triggers and experience some of the guns. You pay for it, but not as much as you would at like a rental range, I don't think. Maybe you do, I don't really know. And then I guess you can buy stuff right then. All right, so then we get to the Gun Rights Policy Conference, also over in Texas. It'll be in Dallas on October 1st. Hope to be there this year. Now that I got the van, that was one of the points, so that I can get there and not have to pay a bunch for hotel and everything. So that's where all the most of the gun owners' rights groups get together. They talk about what's been going on, what they need, what they see the future. They each take the stage for a little bit. They'll have some writers and some lawyers and some people active in the community. It's a good time, good place to network, and it's usually if you can't get to it in person, which I highly recommend experiencing at least once, you can watch a live feed. Usually there's a live feed done by the Polite Society podcast or somebody. Then we've got on October 6th, the Ohio Cartridge Show. I put these in because I really do want to start collecting ammunition. So as I drive around going to the gun shows and making some money selling my old stuff, I'll be also keeping the eye out for new ammo to collect. And eventually I'll get to one of these collector shows. If anybody's in the area, though, and interested in collecting ammo or just experiencing a different type of gun show, I encourage you to check them out. I'm sure they'd appreciate any kind of admission fees. I think that's about the same fee as going into a regular gun show. It's probably a little smaller. Well, that's interesting.
Very interesting. Man, I sound terrible.
Yeah, you do. I could hear you at least that time. And then the last thing is the Trinity Tour on October 7th. If I'm not in Ohio, then I might check that out. Twice a year, they let you in to see where the first atomic bomb was detonated. So that's the stuff that's coming up on the calendar. Anytime you want to... Anytime you want to add something, just go over to Gun Channels, up at the top, click on Resources, and down to Calendar. And you get another version of the calendar there. You can click Create a New Event and add something new to the list. If you're attending an event, or if there's an event you'd like to attend, if it's something that you're a part of, any size, the whole point of it is to let people know about it. And then, of course, to give those events some extra links out on the internet. And Gun Channel is a pretty big place, 5,000 members, plenty of active members, 24 hours a day. By posting something over on Gun Channels, you're really helping out some of these events that are in need of eyeballs. They're in need of the attention that the internet will give it. And you're doing kind of work on both ends. You're giving it to, you're giving some information to the people over on Gun Channels to see, and you're helping the event out. So definitely encourage you to use the tool. With that, we can move on along. I need to let Bob take over for a second and do something, because I got a dog who's yelling at me, and I know he doesn't even want to do nothing except go out there and look at a van in the backyard, but he's being a real pest about it, so I'll be back.
Well, I don't blame him. He's probably so excited he's going to have a van with air conditioning now. I know Charlie loves the new RV. He's the same way. He just thinks it's just the cat's ass because he's got a nice bed to stand on right behind me, so he can drool right on top of my head and stuff. Because yeah, my van's kind of got the cockpit section's lower than the living area. But yeah, I've been pressure washing it all day. It's a hell of a job.
Yeah, all he's doing is sitting there looking at the world. Just did. So it's just, see, it's also getting nice out. It's kind of rainy. So it's not actually raining, but there's clouds. So instead of being like 100 plus, it's like probably only 80s or something. So it's basically like fall right now. So he probably just likes to be outside.
I'll bet. Yeah.
All right. So, well, there's Pink out there. His ears were ringing. All right, so where were we at? We were talking about the calendar of events, and I guess we can move on along to gun shop of the day. Shooter's Depot. Where the hell is Shooter's Depot? I stuck this one in here when I was building up the website for all the gun shops, and then it fell apart. So I don't have anything to link it to. Oh, it's in Chattanooga. So I'm just going to go to, oh, I remember this one now. So I'm just going to go to its website and we'll take a look at it there. So when Bob and I started doing this show, what, 300 and however many episodes ago this is? 356 episodes ago. One of the things we wanted to do by doing a show on a daily basis is talk about a different gun shop every day. When Haas USMC and I drove around the country back in 2012, we made a point to stop at some shops along the way, and that got me more and more interested in that. So we'll be building back up the gun shop guide website here soon, and we'll be adding to it every day. And eventually we'll use this segment of the show to feature some of the shops over there. But today we're doing one that we've talked about before, but not too often. This one is it's outside of Chattanooga. It says it's in Chattanooga, but let's see, we were in Chattanooga. Artisan Tony put us up for the night in the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel, whatever it's called. Like, it's actually in a train. So we stayed in a train. I've got a picture of the dog sitting in a fancy like chair from the olden days, like an old train. Well, it's not a train chair; it's just an old chair from the olden days. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty cool. The bathrooms and everything are like in the old train cars. They don't move. They're just sitting there, but they're on tracks and they're behind the old depot and everything. Anyway, so we stayed there. Tony took us out to breakfast. Then we went to this museum at a battlefield, and then we headed south to Atlanta. And on the way out of town, just after we said goodbye to Tony, we found this place. So I guess it was still technically in Chattanooga, but I think we were about to stop for gas, to be on the road between Chattanooga and Atlanta, and this place was right there. So we just pulled in and checked it out. So it's sort of a big metal building, and up front there's a pretty nice, kind of at the time in 2012, it was a little small gun shop, but the place was so big that I suspect it might have grown into it a bit. And then big metal building, like half of it long ways was a range, and you can see some of there was a picture here a second ago of that range. It's a nice, still clean, and not very big, just 4 or 5 lanes or whatever it is. And again, not the biggest store, but right there on the main road. So I don't know if anybody's been to it before, or how big a shop it really is. Looks like they got 6,000 likes on Facebook. That's pretty decent. They got classes. Chattanooga Gun Girls. What's all this about? Newest endeavor meetings will be held once a month. We have guest shooting speakers, safety and defense. So this is some sort of a girls shooting thing. That's kind of cool. $50 yearly. That's not very much. $1 a week. 10% off the shooting range.
What the hell?
Yeah, sounds kind of cool. So then they got some logo stuff. So maybe they got a big following with the range and the girls there. All right, so anyway, that's our gun shop of the day. Every day we try to feature a new shop. People might have been sending us some in the email. I've been neglecting looking at the email here for the last week or so, but we do appreciate it when people send us recommendations for gun shops. Sending us a link to their website will do. You can send that to us at dailygunshow@gmail.com. However, we really encourage you to remember you've got a camera in your pocket, right? That camera is a phone. That phone in your pocket is a camera. And I mean, really, I can't tell you enough. I mean, almost every single shop I go into, -5 or something over the years, have said, sure, go ahead and take pictures. I don't care. And take some pictures and put them on your Facebook, put them on your Instagram. That's super easy. Put them on gun channels. And again, you're helping wherever you put those pictures with a link back or a hashtag or a @ to the gun shop. You're helping that gun shop have a bigger footprint out on the internet, and that is helping that gun shop. So going into that gun shop and buying something is voting with your pocketbook, and putting a little bit of effort on the internet is that, little bit of effort that accumulates when a lot of people do it. So we want to encourage people as part of the show to think about that. One of the big problems we have is the shops staying open, and it's a little thing that we can do to help them. So we're going to continue to do that as part of the show, and we'll be doing a new shop literally every day as soon as we're actually on the road here, looking like the end of the month.
I mean, everybody knows that guy who complains that there's no local gun shops, and then he talks about all the great deals he got online, buying all those gun accessories and firearms and stuff. That's part of the problem. I bought firearms online. I mean, why not? If you can get a deal on them, but you also have to support your local gun shop. If you don't, they're going to disappear. And it's a couple of extra bucks, but you get it right now. You can feel it in your hand. You can touch it. You can pick it up. You order stuff online. It's always iffy. You're gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. I don't know. So I'm just saying, if we don't support them, we're gonna lose them.
Couldn't agree with you more. So I'm seeing out there Psycho is joking and saying a Kickstarter, Bob, for better internet, but that made me think Joe recommended something, or Thumbs recommended something over the weekend, so I grabbed it. AT&T now has a thing for free if you do a 2-year contract, or $100 if you do month to month, and then it's $20 a month, and it plugs into your OBD2 sensor in the car, and it gives you 5 Wi-Fi addresses or something with unlimited data bandwidth. So you plug it into your car, and it makes your car into a hotspot. You can password them if you're not sharing it, and it's $20 a month for unlimited. So that should get me. I got that coming now at $100. I'm doing it month to month, so I should have basically cell phone internet. As long as there's AT&T, I won't have to worry about humping up on McDonald's or Starbucks or anything. And it might throttle after 22 gigs, I think it said, but mixing it with my other cell phone and everything else, I think I should be okay for the trips.
I burned through like 10 gigs in 2 days.
Well, I'm not watching videos, but I am going to be uploading a bunch, so I'll be Wi-Fi in for sure too. But yeah, so it's not.
Well, that sounds like a great idea for that.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to leave it plugged into the van. I guess that's the other advantage, is that it doesn't need any power. You just plug it into that OBD2. You plug in the emissions, and it just sits there live all the time. But I'm going to see if I can do it remote. So put a OBD2 somewhere else higher in the vehicle, and then put it in a booster or something, and then put an antenna up there that's with a directional antenna, so I still get the most coverage, reach for when I'm out, but I don't need all that right away. So that'll still be part of the plan. It's just that now I'm doing it with that AT&T unit.
Well, at the very least, it gives you the ability to boondock anywhere you've got AT&T and be able to broadcast.
Exactly, but like I say, it'll be a cell phone reliant. So the more robust you can make your cell phone antenna, but I won't have to worry about Wi-Fi so much. But it doesn't matter. We don't want to get into the van chat. So it's from AT&T. It's called, I forget what it's called. It is $200 if you get the 2-year contract, or it's $100 to buy it, and then month to month, just a month to month for $20 a month. It was called like a Mobo, or starts with an M and ends with an O. It's like a Mobo or something. Mebo. Anyway, just a heads up. And since somebody said something about that, I figured I'd tell Bob, because I figured he'd be interested. So that'll take us to.
I'll work on my van.
You don't have one of them?
Nope.
99, I think, is when they started them. 97.
Yeah. My RV's a 82.
Okay, so that'll take us to the gun movie of the day. So this week, I don't know if I talked about the movies this week. We should. So today we're going to be talking about The Professional. Every day we try to talk about a gun-related movie. Tomorrow it'll be Charlie Varnick. The next day is No Escape with Owen Wilson. Then the next day is Telethon with Charles Bronson. And then we forgot what Tuesdays is. So they're professional. You've seen this one?
Yep. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I mean, I like it. I don't like it as much as everybody else. Everybody claims that it's like one of the best movies ever. I mean, I like it, but it's not the best movie ever.
No, I really like the original one. Yeah.
This is one we're talking about, right? Where the dude and the Princess Leia chick. Isn't that Princess Leia when she's a baby? The new Princess Leia? Or no, Princess Leia's mom. Princess Leia's mom.
She's dead now.
No, not the real life Princess Leia's mom. In Star Wars land, Princess Leia's mom, Darth Vader's wife.
Oh.
It's that actress when she's a baby. I think. She's a little kid.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I don't watch Star Wars.
So anyhow, I don't know. It's a gun movie for sure, and it's a weird one. It's definitely unique, I think, as far as the storyline and stuff. Kind of interesting. And it must hold internationally because it's definitely one of the bigger ones. I'm going to give it 1 thumb up just because I'm reserving 2 movies I like better.
2 hard thumbs up from me. That is a winner movie. That is one of the ones must-sees. I'll tell you why. I'm just going to say you have to see it. It's a really good movie.
Well, what about it is must see then?
Just the whole movie. It's got a story. It's got guns. And it works together. It's so well done. The production, the acting. It is just a quality piece of film work, and they're not that common as you might think. So yeah, I really like it. Obviously.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it's not like cheaply made, and it's definitely they paid a bunch of attention to detail, and the story is unique and everything. I just don't. I guess I think that it's because it's too European, maybe for me. It has to be exceptionally awesome to be like Paris with Love or whatever, to be filmed in Europe and be like it, I think. Zuby, is that it? That could be it. All right, well, that was good.
Yeah. So anyway, we disagree on that. I'm 2 solid, hard thumbs up, and you are 1 kind of flaccid thumb. So okay.
No, I mean, I'll give it 1 thumb up. I do like it, and I appreciate that it's a good movie. And I'm not going to dog you for liking it. Like I said, it just doesn't float my boat 100%. So I'm not going to say my.
I'm just saying,
So then, why don't we go to the gun of the day? Every day we try to feature a new gun. Bob comes up with them, and here it is.
Yeah, that's the CZ, which is too bad. It's Smeggy's not here. Doesn't he like these CZ things? But anyway, the CZ P09 Duty, which is basically a full-size service pistol, 9mm. It's a CZ. What could be better? Well, other than Browning high power, but darn good gun. Works well, shoots good, reliable. What else can you ask for? And I mean, CZ's okay. I don't mind them at all. They're up there with Colt and Browning and FN. So yeah, it's a good gun. I think it should belong as a gun of the day. And I love full-size guns. I mean, I gotta say, I like the little tiny ones, but I like shooting the full-size ones. And really? When I say tiny, I mean it's Smith & Wesson Chief Special, not like the tiny belt buckle revolvers.
Right. I don't like shooting full-size ones necessarily. It's just a lot of gun.
Oh, come on.
No, I'd rather shoot the mid-size.
Yeah, you shoot full-size guns, and then they fit your hand.
I mean, I carry a full-size and everything. It's just that if I was going out to just shoot in the backyard, I'd probably pick the mid-size. All right. Well, so have you ever shot one of these?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a chance to about a month ago. Friend picked one up. Yeah, I quite liked it. I mean, the triggers. Well, it's typical new style trigger, right? It's not the high power, but it was okay.
So
That's
they're
probably
legal.
when I shoot any new gun, I have to compare it to the best gun in the world. So they always come up a little bit short.
This is legal in Canada then?
Oh yeah, we can get them in Canada. The big thing is it's the big thing in Canada. Got to have 4.5-inch barrel, or 4.25 inch.
All right, and what makes it duty?
I think just the fact it's full size semi-automatic.
Okay.
Well, I think it's used by police forces and stuff.
I mean, it definitely looks like a big gun. Kind of a unique one. But definitely different than an HK. It's different than a Glock.
Oh yeah,
Kind of looks more like a Browning than anything else, I guess.
that might be why I like it. But it is a good shooting gun. Like I say, it's
Angular everywhere except for the, what are you calling the guard there?
yeah, and it's got the rail on it and shit like that. So it's basically it'd be what I'm sure it's in military service. I just don't know where. I didn't do quite all my research today, but yeah, it is just an excellent firearm. It's 9mm, which is one of the most prolific and one of the best pistol calibers around. So yeah, what else can you say about it, really?
Oh, he's saying it's available at Best Buy. So how much is it at Best Buy? Oh, $99. Okay, well, that's pretty much what I paid for it. Except I got to get mine. Or no, well, mine doesn't say Zuby on it. Mine says M something on it, but it sounds like the same thing. All right, so that's the gun of the day. That's the movie of the day. That's the gun shop of the day. We're way more efficient than when them other people are here. They're basically slackers, and them being lazy slows us down. We don't get the show done anywhere near as efficiently. Maybe we should have a talk with them this week.
Well, we've tried, but kids today, they don't listen. Even like old men who've now decided they're like hard warrior types, they don't listen.
The hard warriors. I'm gonna go to the day in history, July 17th. Napoleon surrendered to the British in France. Andrew Jackson, no, that was in 1815. In 1821, Andrew Jackson became the governor of Florida.
That might be why you guys won, is because Britain was busy fighting the French. You got a lot to thank the French for, really.
I think we are okay with them. So in 1898, the U.S. troops under William R. Shafter take Santiago de Cuba during the Spanish-American War. China, in 1946, Chinese communists attacked the Nationalist Army on the Yangtze River. I think that would be interesting. Heard a little bit about that stuff.
Yeah.
1987, North and Poindexter began testifying to Congress about Iran-Contra. So not much interesting stuff. See if anybody interesting was born today. All right, well, so today was not a lot interesting. If you ever do know about gun-related points of interest, though, we're always curious about them. You can always email us at dailygunshow@gmail.com. I always think it's interesting when I hear stuff on the radio or something. They'll talk like they'll say today's pizza day or cupcake day, because the radio never didn't want to, bother anybody. But I think it's cool to be able to find gun-related stuff out there and talk about it, so that, again, we're trying to inspire people to create some content out there and have a conversation about firearms, right? So if we can give you stuff to talk about on this show, with your friends when you're out at the range, or if you're going to work and you got that commute or something, hopefully something you gain out of the show can give you something to talk about and get a conversation started. I don't know, maybe one day we should talk about meeting people at work. Something about what I just said there made me think about when I was a manager of a restaurant, and I just moved over from another restaurant, so I was new to this new, I was in the same chain, but I just been transferred from one restaurant to another, and I wasn't familiar with the crew yet. And I worked with this guy for a while. He was my assistant for a long time, really. Like, it pissed us off after a while once we figured it out. And then this one day we were saying something. He said something like his girlfriend bought him a shotgun, or just mentioned it. And I was like, "What? You shoot?" And then all of a sudden, we went hunting there for like almost, we were best friends, and we were hunting and shooting all the time. And you never know when just something that you can say in conversation can lead to the person to go to the range with or something. So anyway, if our show can help you with some of that, that'd be great. And that's why we do some of the topics and the subjects the way we do. But I don't know if there's anything else to do today. I don't want to turn it into a van chat. I do want to have a van chat here one of these days, though. So when you got some time, Bob, we can keep updated on it. And there's lots to talk about as far as getting the vans ready, and then we're going, and then we'll have stuff to talk about and how to deal with the show. It'll be a little bit different now that I know I've got good internet. But anyway, we'll do that in a different show, I guess. Again, we appreciate everybody that shows up and watches us live. We do appreciate everybody that supports the show over on Patreon. Even though we don't have sponsors, we don't go out and pursue manufacturers or companies or even gun shops, really, to pay us. We're doing it because we enjoy doing it. We're not independently wealthy. At some point, it's going to end. Ideally, there are a lot of people using the Patreon system over there to support content that's unique and interesting. So we're trying to create unique and interesting content. We do appreciate the people that are supporting us over there. We'd like to get this to be where it pays for gas and a couple of bills so that we can continue to just stay on the road, checking out sites and making this show as interesting as it can be. Obviously, it'll be a little bit different when the microphones are out at gun shops every day and the cameras are out and about. So with your help, we'll be able to do that. Obviously, we're not asking for any single person to do that. It's the power of an audience. So encourage you to let people know about the show. Give us a plug out there. Let people know you think might be interested, especially if those people are the kind of people that like to throw a buck down to support something that's unique and being done, in real life. So again, we appreciate everybody that watches us, and stay tuned for lots of interesting new stuff as we go forward. So that ends today. Something happened with our notes, so I have no idea what's happening tomorrow. I think we just looked, but I closed that page, so it's probably something to do with Second Amendment issues, and then it's probably something to do with Dano sticks something in on Tuesdays all the time, and then I forget what the other third thing is. Oh, the state of the state, and I forget which. I don't think we know what state it is. So it'll be kind of an up for grab show tomorrow, and then we'll be back on track Wednesday. But till then, it's Monday, so you'll hear Never Enough Ammo probably first after this. Then Hawaii Volcano Squad does his show, Locked and Loaded. Sometimes we like shooting, I think, still posts over here on gun channels. And of course, tomorrow in the mornings, you'll find the morning gun channels hosted by Sean Connery. Tony up in Illinois is usually a co-host on that show, as well as Night Strike, Raphael, and Knives, and a bunch of the regular crew. And then lots of people are chimed in on the text chat. Again, it's a big gathering of gun-related, or gun people who are interested in guns, who like to chat about guns instead of whatever the media is telling us we're supposed to be worried about. So we'll see you there.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. And really, I think Tuesday's problem was me, and I'm just going to say sorry to Dano right now because he's going to be PO'd at me. Anyway, today's quote is by Jeff Cooper. But before that, I just want to remind everybody, please watch and please share, please thumbs up, subscribe. We want to get the word out there that, gun owners are just regular people. And we are. And plus, we bring up some interesting subjects to talk about. So anyway, Jeff Cooper's quote. The purpose of a pistol is to stop a fight when someone else has started. Sorry. I'm going to restart that. I got messed up. The purpose of the pistol is to stop a fight that someone else has started, almost always at short range, which, you know, is why you have a pistol. So thanks everybody for watching and listening, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Oh, this was yesterday. I was just looking at a link that who posted this one? Oh, Raphael posted that yesterday we missed, but that was Sunday, so it's not our fault. That was the anniversary, 1969, July 16th, 1969, is when Apollo 11 launched the first lunar landing.
Oh, shoot, yeah. That's kind of important.
So it launched on the 16th. 4 days later, on the 20th, Armstrong and Aldrin landed on the moon's surface while Collins orbited overhead in the command module. Armstrong and Aldrin gathered samples of lunar material and deployed scientific experiments that transmitted data about the lunar environment. So, yeah, thanks for posting that.
Yeah, I remember watching that. It was really interesting, although we only had black and white TV back then.
That'd be another interesting topic. But with that, I think we'll see you all tomorrow.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.